Hi, this is Father Mark Boulos with the Bible as Literature podcast. The line separating good and evil passes not through states, nor between classes, nor between political parties either, but right through every human heart. Alexander Solzhenitsyn. The following letter, dated Sunday, June 30th, 2019, was sent by the faithful of St. Elizabeth Orthodox Church in St. Paul, Minnesota, to Senator Amy Klobuchar, Senator Tina Smith, and Congresswoman Betty McCollum. Dear Senator, as your constituents and as Orthodox Christians, we are deeply troubled by events in our country. We come from societies that have first-hand experience with totalitarian ideology, and we cannot remain silent. We call upon you to take action now to reverse our government's abusive policies towards children, immigrants, and refugees before the madness spreads to all areas of civil society. The separation of children from parents. Any rhetoric that singles out any group of people for any reason, the creation of detention camps for children and their abhorrent mistreatment, the militarization of our borders, the threat of systematic arrest for people without government papers, and the denial of legal requests for asylum are an affront to God and a rejection of everything for which our faith stands. They also portend an all too familiar path to chaos and darkness. There are many examples of such abuse in American history, but current circumstances are especially troubling. Statements of fact are twisted into questions of motive. Standards of reason are rejected, and blind partisanship as a reaction to our humanitarian and liberal hypocrisy create the conditions for the worst versions of American cruelty. We have come to that moment when the laws of men forbid water for those who thirst and food and safe harbor for those in need. We, the faithful of St. Elizabeth Orthodox Church, reject any law that undermines the love of neighbor without exception and at all cost. Our parish was founded by refugees and the children of immigrants in a community of migrants and minorities on St. Paul's west side. We are from the Middle East, Eastern Europe, Northern Europe, and Africa. We are white males and women of color. We are liberals and conservatives, and we are also Minnesotans. We are not afraid of unjust laws or the people that enforce them, and we stand in solidarity with our immigrant and refugee neighbors who are at risk because we fear a higher law. The foreigner who resides with you shall be to you as the citizen among you. You shall love the foreigner as yourself, for you were foreigners in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. We believe that it is better to be hungry than to cause hunger. We believe that it is better to share what we have, even if it means less for us. We believe that hospitality is a matter of life and death, both for the guest and the proprietor. As Christians, we believe that America must be the servant of all, so that the poor, the foreigner, and the outcast may be first, as God has commanded us. We implore you, in the name of God, to stop the madness. End the deportations, family separations, and institutional abuse of children. Pass legislation granting legal protection for aid workers. Partner with the House to fund a humane asylum process. Instead of adding firepower, fencing, and drones at the border, we must deal directly with powerful forces pushing people out of their home countries and toward the U.S. A sincere effort to understand and help combat these forces must begin with an honest partnership free of coercion with the leaders of Latin America. Please, Use your power to drive this conversation, to serve and protect all of God's children, to remind everyone that borders are a fiction of the human imagination, that the land and everything in it belong to God, our true and rightful proprietor, and we are all brothers and sisters in the palm of his hand. Yours with urgency and gratitude for your service, the faithful of St. Elizabeth Orthodox Church.